So today, if you have a block or something you could balance on, say when we're going into half moon, it can be nice to even use a wall for support. As we start flowing today, I just want to remind everybody that it's okay to sit in child's pose. Like, I can't actually see what you're doing, but just take what you need from this practice. And as always, listen to your body. If your breath is getting short or choppy, it might be a good indication to take a rest. Okay? Ollie's gonna peace out. Bye, Ollie. Bye. Oh, she's gonna crack it. All right. So I'm gonna take myself over to my mat and we'll get started. All right. Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Shelby Trevelyan. I'll just introduce myself as we get started. I teach at Solution Yoga, and we have, hey Michelle, we have a live online class thing happening, so check out their page. If you weren't aware of it, get involved. Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed today's practice. Just to, again, take what you need, modify as you need. I'll offer a couple of modifications as we start flowing. This is my first time teaching a live yoga class on Facebook, so this is an interesting platform to try out. I'm loving all the comments. So let's get started in a seat with your legs crossed. I'm going to use a block to elevate my hips. You know, if it's the first time you're practicing this morning, you might be a little bit tight. Hi, Mary Jane, one of my best friends in Seattle is watching. Amy. Hi, Amy. You're an inspiring mother. So this practice, as we come into Mother's Day, opportunity to, you know, honor mothers, or if you're a mother yourself, honoring yourself. You know, when we can honor ourselves, it helps us come from a place of love, and that spreads out to others. Just seeing who else has joined. Oh, Jess. Jess Bruce. Hey, Jess. So crossing your legs, taking your hands down onto your thighs, closing the eyes down. So just seeking support as you need. If you just need to have your eyes softly open, that's fine too. Coming into your body, your physical space. We'll start by just taking a deep inhale through the nose, letting it go through the mouth. On an inhale, draw your shoulders up to your ears. On the no breath, draw them back. Exhale, let the shoulders drop down. Again, repeat that. Inhale, drawing up, drawing them back. Exhale, back down. And then you can go forwards that way. So drawing them back, up and forwards. Repeating 2 more rounds. If you're just joining, just coming into a seat. And maybe a couple head rolls, so just to loosen up in our neck. Turn your head to the left, drop your chin down to your shoulder, and then down towards your chest, nice and slow, across to your right shoulder, and then back to the center. Repeat 2 more times this way, so to the left, to your chin, and down across your chest. Over to the right shoulder, and gently guide it back. Last round in this direction, looking left, down, across to your right shoulder, your chin goes, and then return back to neutral. Turning to the right now, chin drawing down, looking just for tension to ease with the exhale. Over to the right, you look. And then looking again over to the right, last round of these little neck rolls. And then meeting back in center. We'll do a lion's breath, so I'm the only one that will look funny because I can't see you guys. Taking a breath in, we'll stick our tongue out, releasing tension. Do one more round like that, breathing in, stick the tongue out, releasing tension. And then just arriving here in stillness, now that we've moved out some kinks, coming into your breath. Hello, Fawn. Ashley from Silk Photography, you take the best photos. One of my friends from back home are watching, Danielle, Fawn, I love you guys. So closing on the eyes down, there's this beautiful community that's joining online. So taking a breath in, sending it out to everybody in this kind of world atmosphere, this mother sphere. We all come from a mother, don't we? And we have motherly instincts towards plants or dogs or animals, and we're all children of Mother Nature. So I think today, with the sun shining in Canberra, if you can manage to get outside and soak up some of Mother Nature's healing energies. And I'm going a bit hippie on you, but it's true, like standing near a tree can bring you so much energy, calming energy, and groundedness. So if you can, imagine your sit bones like roots of a tree growing down into the earth, as roots do, to build that stability, and then drawing up that nutrients from the earth. Taking a breath in to arrive in the present, letting the breath go. And we'll add a count to this breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Keep going with an equal breath in. You can count maybe to 4 or 5 or more if you want to stretch that. Keep working with your equal breath. And you can maintain this equal Samavritti pranayama breath during your practice. It can help bring that steadiness when you come against challenge of yoga poses. Just take 2 more rounds of your equal breath, counting in, breathing in through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Turn the music down a tad. And then start to stretch your arms up after that final round of breath. And we'll bring our hands to our heart, palms resting there, an opportunity to maybe set an intention for your practice or some phrase that can bring you back in and then remind you to breathe. So one that I do love every day, or before I'm about to teach a class like this, if I'm nervous, is all you can do in any moment is simply your best. So that can be applied. I use that a lot before I was a mother even. Something to remember. All we can do is our best. All right, let's have a beautiful practice and start flowing. So coming to a tabletop position into all fours. Shoulders are over your wrist creases, hips over knees. We'll start with some chest flossing. So our arms will stay straight, but you'll sink your heart in between your hands and then press your heart back up towards the ceiling. So just getting our shoulder blades kind of waking up. So shoulder blades together as you inhale, exhale the shoulder blades apart. Take one more round like that, so it's just the heart flossing, and then it draws up and away. Now turn this into cat-cow. We'll dip the belly, lift the gaze, spread the collarbones. Exhale, draw the belly into spine, lengthen the tailbone down. Inhale, expand, so we're syncing our breath to our movement. Exhale to round. One more in just this simple cat-cow fashion. Exhale to round. And then come into a neutral, nice flat back. From here, lift the right arm up to the ceiling. Thread the needle, inhale. Exhale, tuck the right hand behind the left wrist. You'll come onto the side of your right shoulder and side of your head. Left hand will walk out so the elbow stacks over the wrist. And then option here to take a half bind. So you float the left arm up and then around to your right hip crease, rolling the shoulder open. A moment to pause there. If you want to increase the intensity or stretch, you can lift the left knee off the mat. And then the left leg might float into the air with that bind. Breath in, rowing the chest open. Exhale to deconstruct the pose. The hand comes down. You can float the right arm back up to the ceiling. Exhale, placing it back down. Take a lateral cat-cow. So you might turn to your right cheek and then back to center, looking to your left cheek to your left cheek, butt cheek. And then back to center. Left arm up to the ceiling, inhale. Exhale, tuck it behind the right wrist, coming onto the side of your head, and the right hand parked underneath the right elbow, rowing the chest open. Lift the right arm up to the ceiling, and then tuck it behind your left hip crease, rolling the right shoulder back. Option to add up a krama or stage is to lengthen the right leg, and then float the right leg into the air, coming into a balance. Right, floating there. And then as you exhale, start to deconstruct the pose. So your right foot can come down if it floated. You can scoop the left arm back out. Come back to your table and take a lateral cat-cow, or you might do disco kitty, which is you kind of sink your heart down and around. So drawing a circle with your heart and then go back the other direction. So just getting some mobility in your thoracic spine, so around your heart region. And then coming into a modified side plank. So I'm going to face away from you. Go to your right side. So you park your right foot out behind you. Right hand down. Lift the left arm up to the ceiling. And then an option to float your left leg off the mat. So you're in side plank here, modified. You can come to your wrist or fist if your wrists are compromised. And from here, bend your top leg, catch your foot. Press your foot into the hand, roll the chest open. So it's a preview of where we're going, into sugar cane eventually. And then let the foot come back down. Stretch your left arm long towards the front of your mat. And then the hand comes back down. Come back and through your table. We'll go to the other side. So I'll be facing you. We'll come onto our left side. Left foot parks behind you. Lift the right arm up to the ceiling. Have that big wingspan, and then if you want to add a krama, stretch the right leg up. I'm kicking my plant. And then bend the top leg, catch the foot on the top of the ankle, and then press the foot into the hands, open the chest, broaden through the shoulders, and then send the foot back away. Foot can come down, and then stretch the right arm to the top of your mat. Inhale, side bend, and then come back through neutral. Coming into child's pose, so knees wide, toes together. And again, at home, this is a pose you can come to at any time. And a good transition if you're pregnant, if you got a big belly in the way, you can come here instead of heart melting. Inhale, come back up to table from your child's pose. Reset the knees. Walk the hands forward, heart melting pose or puppy pose. So stretch through your shoulders. Your forehead can rest down on the mat. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, come forward onto your belly. Please join me. Eleanor, are you having a drink? Is that why you have no balance? It's like 8 o'clock Friday night for people in America. Exhale, bring the hands under the shoulders. We'll tuck the toes, come to downward facing dog. So lift the hips up and back. You can shorten your dog or widen your stance if you need some more stability. Pressing your chest through to the tops of the thighs. You might pedal your feet, so roll the hips side to side, lifting one heel, kind of bouncing or prancing with your feet. And then find some stillness. Keep pressing through the fingertips, and then lift the right leg up towards the ceiling, bend the knee, and then roll your hip open, but try to square off your right shoulder in line with your left. Breath in, lifting the knee. Exhale, bring your foot forward outside the right hand, lizard lunge. So the hands are in the inside of the foot, the knees stacked over the ankle, lengthen your chest forward. And then exhale, you might bend your elbows or come to a block or onto your forearms. Letting the head rest down, releasing tension in the face. Lion's breath can be great here too, or a little kind of rock side to side. And then inhale, lifting your chest, Walk the hands to frame the front foot, half splits. So extend your right leg, shift the hips back. Inhale, lift your chest so you kind of find a flat back. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Another round of breath in. Exhale, sinking a bit deeper. Flex the toes back of your right foot. Inhale, lifting forward. Bend your right leg, twisted thigh stretch. So you can start just by your right hand on your right knee, looking over the right shoulder. Left hand might come to a block. And then look over, catch your foot if you can. This is where you can use your wrangling skills. Lasso the foot around your foot, the strap around your foot. Rolling the chest open, sinking the hips forward and draw the heel in close. Another round of breath in this twisty chest opening, thigh opening pose. And then let the foot come away from the hand. Anahata Asana, heart melting pose. So the hips over the knees, walk the hands forward, take a breath in. Exhale, come forward onto your belly, shoulders over elbows, chest drawing through. Exhale, Adho Mukha Vinyasa, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up into the air. Woo. Bend the knee. Roll the hip open. Try to square off your shoulders, your chest pressing through. Exhale, lizard lunge. Foot comes forward, lengthen the chest forward. Exhale, coming into lizard so you can have the elbows bent or you might come to your forearms. Just depending on where you're at today. Okay, next inhale, lifting the chest. Walk the foot in between the hands and extend the front leg. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold over the leg. Flexing the toes back. Another round of breath in half splits. Inhale, lifting your gaze, bend the left knee, right hand down, looking over your left shoulder. And again, you might use the strap to loop around your foot if you can't catch it, or just work on that action. Ooh, where is it? I think that takes a lot of skill, using the strap to loop around your foot. So commend yourself for that. I honor you. Sinking the hips forward, rolling the chest open. Exhale, release the foot down. Take the left knee back to meet the right, heart melting pose, breath in. Exhale, come forward, Sphinx pose, drawing the chest through. And then exhale, lower the chest down, hands under shoulders, pressing up and back, Adho Mukha Vinyasa. Pedal the feet out. And then let's start to walk our feet forward. So we're gonna come into some sun salutations soon. Bring your feet together just slightly apart. Come to a halfway lift, so flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Again, halfway lift, hands might come to your shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. And then bring the hands to your heart. I got a little bit of Kanye on in the background, so feel free to dance along. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Exhale, catch your left wrist. Lean over to the right, side bend towards your right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, over to the left, side bend. Inhale, coming back to center. You can separate the hands. Exhale, forward fold. You might swan dive. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands can come to shins or blocks. Mom's been waiting for Kanye. Yeah, Kanye. Come into plank pose. My mom loves Kanye. You can come back to downward facing dog, or you might drop your knees, come down all the way down through low plank. Inhale for cobra, chest drawing forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. So shifting the hips up and back, meeting the others in down dog if you went straight there. We're just gonna pulse the heels 3 times. So inhale, rise your heels up. Keep your chest pressing through. Exhale, sink them down. Inhale, rise the heels. Exhale, lower the heels down. Last round, inhale, rising up. Exhale, sink the heels down. Take a breath in, rising up to the toes, look ahead. Shoulders over the wrist, and then stepping forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Oh, my sister likes Kanye, not my mom. You like Kanye. Exhale, side bend to the right. So catch your left wrist, take it over. Inhale, come back to center. Catch the right wrist. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping into plank. Or go back to down dog. If you're in plank, you can come to your knees. Exhale to lower down. Inhale for upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, pressing the hips up and back. All right, feet hips width apart this time. Inhale, rise to the toes. Exhale, drop your heels to the right. So they're like side plank heels. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, the heels to the left. Breath in. And then bring the feet back to center. Sink the heels back down. And then look ahead, rise to the toes. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the left. I'm going to groove along to Kanye. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana, so high to low plank or step back to down dog. Inhale for up dog or cobra if you go there. Exhale, downward facing dog. In this one, feel free to wiggle. In down dog, you might roll the hips side to side. Last round of breath here. Then rising up the toes, look ahead. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Hey, Georgia. Hey, Foz. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, hips low, arms rise. And we might do the old, as solution, we like to do the little check for depth. Fingertips down. Stay in your depth of the chair, and then lift the arms up, and then lift the corners of your mouth up. Big smile. It's all good. Exhale, interlace the hands behind your back, or you might just take the hands to the low back. Lift your chest up, inhale. Exhale, fold. So keep the bind, working that fist overhead, breath in. Exhale, run the hands down the back of your legs, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. So make your way back to down dog. So high to low plank. You might do as I'm doing with a modification. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keep the chest pressing through. Inhale, lift the right leg into the air. 3-leg dog. Exhale, warrior 2. So the foot comes in between the hands. The back heel drops in. Front heel intersects back arch. And then reaching the arms out either side. So we work to get the front thigh parallel to the mat eventually. If you need to shorten your stance to accommodate, feel free to do so. Stay in the depth of your legs. Flip the front palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior. So length through the right side body. Breath in, up to warrior 2. Exhale, flow down to your mat. So cartwheel, high to low plank, or straight back to down dog. I'm gonna skip it because I just had breakfast actually, so too many chaturangas isn't the greatest when you're flowing after eating. All right, meeting back in downward facing dog. Left leg rises. You can bend the knee, roll the hip open. Exhale for warrior 2. So foot in between the hands. Drop the back heel in. You want to be pressing through the knife edge of the back foot. Fingertips out away from each other. Flip the front palm. Exhale, reverse the warrior. Inhale, back into warrior 2. Exhale, flow it back down, cartwheel. High to low plank. Or you simply go back to down dog, all right? Take it easy if you need to. Taking a deep breath in and deep breath out. Option to come to child's pose and catch your breath for a couple seconds. Or if you need water asana, have a drink of water. Before we get flowing again, just 2 more breaths. Hi Janine, my mother-in-law is watching from South Terrace. Yeah, I've done up my room a bit. I've got plants all around. It doesn't normally look this pretty. Then rising up to the toes. So come back to downward facing dog, please, everybody. Rising up to your toes. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forward. And then stepping through to the top of your mat. Halfway lift when you arrive. Exhale, fold. Now sink the hips down. Lift the arms up overhead. Chair pose. And we're gonna do that cheeky little test. I can't see you at home, but I encourage you to do this. Fingertips down so that you see how deep you can go. And then lift the arms up. And then from here, you can have the arms up, or if it strains your shoulders, you can have the hands up prayer for sure. Otherwise, take the hands up, Kali Mudra, so interlace the hands, but keep your pointer fingers out. Kali Mudra, the goddess Kali, she destroys illusions. So embodying that strength of self and getting rid of self-doubt. Pressing into the feet, strong in your chair pose, holding with your breath, and then press through the feet, stand all the way up. And then let the hands come out to the side, Tadasana, mountain pose, and then bring the hands into prayer. We'll come into Natarajasana, dancer's pose. So we'll start by balancing on our right foot. This is where at home you could use a chair or a wall, something to lean on, or another person if you're practicing with somebody, lean on them. So we'll start by drawing our left foot back behind us, and you can catch the inside arch of your foot. Take your right arm up into the air, pressing the foot into the hand. And here, I might cheat and use the wall. It's not cheating, I'm just using things to my advantage to explore the depth. And keep your leg in this float, in this balance, drawing to the midline, the one that's in the air. Keep pressing the foot into the hand, lift the gaze to about eye level. So you have something still to focus on ahead. Taking one more breath. And then coming back to standing, releasing the foot, bring the hands back to prayer. Maybe recommitting back to your intention or that word, that phrase, I'm doing the best I can. So the right foot comes up behind you, catch the inside arch of the foot. Okay, finding the balance. Left arm up, pressing the foot into the hand. You might start to teeter forward, lifting the chest, foot pressing into the hand. If you fall out like I have, just come right back into it. Take another 3 breaths here. He loves Matt Corby. I saw him in the airport one time. I was too scared to say hi. Oh, airports, a thing of the past, a memory of the past. Coming out of it, feet coming back together, lifting the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Alright, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, or go back, high to low plank. Upward dog cobra, or you can simply step back to downward facing dog. Find some stillness in down dog, taking a deep breath in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Then inhale, lift the right leg up into the air. You can bend the knee, roll the hip open. So option to come into wild thing. Your foot comes heavy and it comes behind your left leg on the mat. And you're in pretty much a side plank. This is optional. Stay in down dog if that's better for you. Lifting the right arm up overhead. Balancing on the ball of your right foot like it's got a high heel on, stiletto. And then come back into your 3-legged dog to meet the others. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Foot in between the hands, arms out either side. We're going to do a couple of wrist rolls. So you can make a fist with your hands in your warrior 2. Rolling circles 3 times one direction. Keep the depth of your legs. And let your gaze be either towards your middle finger, go back the other way 3 times. Or you can have a neutral gaze, so looking down the middle in between your mat. Okay, keep the depth of your legs, flip the front palm, exhale, reverse your warrior. So the hand reaching up and back behind you, the left hand could be balancing on the back thigh. Inhale, back to warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle, so the right elbow perching onto the left knee, and then reach the left arm up and over. Length from the knife edge of the foot out to the fingers. Taking your breath in and out. Come back to warrior two. Inhale, then straighten the right leg. Reaching the right hand forward. Hands can come onto your shin or a block at home if you have one. Left hand to hip, and then stretching the left arm overhead. Working the length through both sideways. Okay? Rolling the left shoulder open. Okay, you can stay here, or you start to teeter forward. Left hand to your hip. This is where you can use a block or a chair to find the balance into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. How amazing has this moon been? I thought we needed moon pose in this sequence. So finding that balance, the hand can be on the hip, so you can stack the hips, and then left arm up overhead. If you fall out like I did, just get back into it. And then option to bend the top leg for Ardha Chapasana, half sugar cane. So top foot, you try to catch it. This is where you can use your props to your advantage. And then press the foot into the hand, opening up through the chest. Letting the foot go after a breath. And then coming back into your warrior two. If you're in triangle, bending to the front leg. Now bring the hands to your hips, turn the toes to your left side of your mat. So toes slightly facing in or straight ahead. Hands to hips, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Now this might not be the best view, but that's what we got. I can see you upside down. Then placing your hands to the mat, you might walk the hands around your ankles or through your mat. Coming into a forward fold might be if you're at a home practitioner, you can do a headstand here maybe if that's safe to do so. So only if it's safe. And then inhale, come back, hands underneath the shoulders, and then walk the hands to the front of your mat, stepping back to plank or back to down dog. If you go through plank, take that vinyasa, back to down dog. Meeting together, unite the breath, inhale, exhale. Inhale, lift the left leg into the air, bend the knee, roll the hip open, and then let the foot fall behind the right foot. Wild thing. This is optional. You can stay in three-leg dog if you'd like to at home. Stretching the top arm over, press the hips up, and the hands come back down, three-legged dog again. And then stepping the left foot forward, warrior two. Hands out to either side. Fingertips reaching away. Alright, you can do the wrist circles again, so just make a fist, roll some circles with the wrist to give some relief from all the planks and the side or the wild thing we did. Maybe a little shake. Reverse warrior. Right hand down to the back thigh. Reach the left arm up and over. Length, seeking length through the side body, helping us stand taller. Next, inhale, return to warrior two. Reaching the left arm forward, perching the left elbow onto the left knee, and swing the right arm up and over. So the fingertips are reaching to the front of the room. You're still active in the back leg too. So it's almost you could just float the bottom arm off. So you're staying strong and lifted. Now come back to warrior two. Extend the front leg. Fingertips reaching forward. And the hand can rest onto the shin or it floats beside you with the other hand reaching up and over. Trikonasana, triangle. So drawing the chest open. The right hand might reach further back. Now coming into the balance. Half moon. The right hand may come to the hip to help stabilize. Take a couple steps to teeter. And start to lift the right leg into the air behind you. We've kind of prepared for this on our side in side plank. Right arm reaching up. Option to take sugar cane, so the top foot bends, or the knee bends, catch the top foot. And the hand may be on a block or floating onto a chair, or sometimes I perch it onto my shin. Hope you're having fun with this balance at home. Another 2 breaths. come out the way you came. So if you took sugar cane, come back to half moon. We come back into warrior two, all of us. So resetting the feet. And then bring the hands to the hips. Straighten the left leg. Turn the toes in so they're facing the right side of your room or your mat. Interlace the hands behind your back as an option. Coming into a forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. And letting your toes catch your weight. You can narrow your stance here if you need to a little bit at home. Like say if your head's touching the floor, you might need a narrower stance in wide-legged forward fold. Actively lifting up through the arches of your feet. So you're pressing the knife edges of the feet. Takes a bit of flexibility around the ankles. You can release the bind if you have it. And place the hands back down underneath the shoulders, please. Now keep the right hand down onto your mat. Lift the left arm open. So we come into a nice, beautiful twist. Still active in your feet here. Breath in. Exhale, switch sides. So left hand down. Sweep the right arm up to the ceiling, opening through the chest. Full breath in. And then bring the hands back down. Walking the fingers forward. Coming into your tabletop. And then come back into plank. Or come straight to down dog. So shifting the weight forward if you want to go through a vinyasa, a final high to low plank to up dog. Make your way back to down dog. Hi Kate. Another mama. Lulu person I know. We'll come into half pigeon. So lift the right leg up into the air. And then bring the right leg, the right knee to the right wrist. Lifting your chest up. Okay, you can take yourself into a forward fold in half pigeon. A cushion under the right hip is nice. I'm going to show you a variation you can do on your back if that's not comfortable on your knee. So the right ankle on top of the left knee on your back. So we're getting into around the glutes, the hips here. So if you can think about softening that area, breathing into it. Alright, last breath here in half pigeon or this variation. And then switch sides. If you're on your back, just simply uncross and recross the left leg on top. If you're in half pigeon, you can go back to down dog and bring the left leg forward. Oh, hey Joe. Yoga yoga. Alright, 2 more breaths in your pose of choice, figure 4 on your back or half pigeon. You meet back in downward facing dog. So if you're on your back, roll through. Clarissa, it's the goods. Stepping the feet forward and coming into a seat. Bringing the feet together, knees wide. Coming into eagle arms, okay? Or it could look like a self-hug if you don't quite have that cross. So the right arm under, left arm on top. Bring the palms together. So we're stretching around between the shoulder blades. So breathe into that space. If you have this wrap like I have in eagle arms, the elbows in line with shoulders. Can you relax the shoulders down a bit? If you don't have that bind, you're working this self-hug. And then we'll switch sides, hands down, and then sweep the right arm on top, crossing the hands, bread tie twisty, spiral the hands up towards the ceiling, relaxing between the shoulders, deep breath in, and then release the hands down. Coming into a forward fold in our butterfly shape or diamond shape. You can reset the feet further in or out. Hands can be around the ankles, lifting the chest. Exhale, fold. You might even massage your feet here. So these tiny little acts of self-love that you can do for yourself. I was listening to a meditation, and I'll get the words wrong because I'm just kind of scattered. But she said, our children learn to love themselves as they witness us, their mothers, love ourselves. So we're the biggest example to that. And women in general, just showing self-love to ourselves, kind of being an example to the future generations of maybe future mothers or people that wish to be mothers. To come from a place of love, we need to honor ourselves. Letting the forehead rest down, taking final round of breath here. And then start to rise yourself back up. Bring the feet flat. We're coming into Shavasana. So some of you guys just made it in time for Shavasana. Start to take yourself there. You might take a final happy baby before you go into Shavasana. Otherwise, Shavasana could look like having your legs extended, or you can have the knees knocked together and the feet out if that supports your lower back more. Or feet together, knees wide. If you're pregnant, it might be nice to take Shavasana on your left side. So finding yourself there. Taking that final deep breath in and letting yourself arrive and be received by the ground and thinking all the way down through the ground as Mother Earth. For my people on the other side of the world, it's like you're going all the way through the ground and we're connected, you know, on the other side of the planet, just deep down through the earth. You know, if you bore a hole, and just sinking our love down through the earth, penetrating that love to other people on the other side of the world. So just spreading love around. As we settle into Shavasana, I just want to lead you through a couple points of gratitude you might take yourself through. Focusing around your heart space, this region we've been opening up through this practice. So gratitude is what creates abundance in our life. It makes it feel rich. Even though it might look like we have nothing, you feel so full when you can practice a bit of gratitude every day. And it sounds cliche, but it's super, super essential if you want to act in love. So the first thing I want you to think of as you're here on your mat is something you're grateful for or appreciate about this moment right now, or about this practice that's just been. Maybe how your body's feeling, maybe more open. And just breathe that. And then maybe a second thing to consider is something you're grateful for about being a mother, or maybe another mother you know. It could be a friend that you know that's a mom, something you appreciate about her that might inspire you. Or being a mother to a dog, or even a plant. It can teach you a lot. Just feeling into your heart. And then the third breath, just finally something about yourself that you're grateful for. Send that love to yourself. Just reside in this residual gratitude, this abundance that starts from your heart and it kind of spreads through your body and it comes out into your energy field. Just feeling witnessing your body breathe you. It's continuing to keep you alive even without recognition. Maybe interact with your breath, taking the fullest breath you can, expanding the chest, the belly will rise. Letting the breath go through the mouth. And you can stretch the arms up overhead. If you were already seated, you might just do a big stretch. Rolling over to your side and meeting in Sukhasana, or a cross-legged pose, to close out our practice. Taking your hands in front of your heart. Let it press against your heart here. And we'll do something a bit different. I don't always do at the end of class, but I think we'll just nurture that love. Let's give ourselves a hug in these times. We might be able to hug each other. So wrapping the arms around yourself. Breathing in deep And doing this little hug can kind of trick your body into feeling like it's actually receiving a hug, so the benefits are amazing. And then bringing the palms back together. Taking a breath in for this community of those who have interacted and practiced with us today. Sending the breath out. The second breath for all the teachers around us in the human and the non-human form. So the things that have been happening, breath in, letting it go. And a final breath just for your unique self. Honor yourself with this breath. Take the palms up to your third eye, the center of intuition. Everything you need is already within you. I honor all of you, souls. Namaste. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I'll stick around for a second longer. If you have any questions about the practice or about where I teach, you can find me at Solution Yoga, or I go by Alpenglow Mama on Instagram. It's been great to see you guys. Thank you, Mary Jane, Lauren, Danielle, my friends from home, Eleanor. Thank you, Kathy. Namaste. Thank you, Andrew. You're an inspiring yogi. Warrior kind. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend and just show some love to mothers, even if they're not with you in life. Maybe just express that out, or hug a tree. Hug Mother Earth. I think my daughter's back. Ollie! Ollie! Thanks so much. Mary Jane, Michelle, Joe. I guess that's it. Thanks for joining me. Thanks, Amy. Aw. Champions. Oh, look at this screen now. Oh, Stu. My neighbor's here. No worries. I'm doing a live yoga.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's taking a rain to go.
He's at the playground. All right, see ya. Oh my gosh, thank you. I think Lululemon Canberra might open soon, so that's exciting. Just, maybe, I don't know if that's common knowledge, but it might be opening soon. That'll be exciting. Thanks, Lululemon, for the opportunity. Sending love to everybody today. I love you guys. Big hugs. Oh, okay, I better go.